Good evening, everyone. I thought I would try and change things up and do a nighttime drive instead of morning. See if I can't get more people in here than normal. Just on my way to work. If you read the subtitle, or if you read the title, oh, I love getting the arguments with people online. It's so much fun. Hello to whoever just popped in. I'm not going to be really looking at my chat that much since I got to be paying attention to drive, but I just figured I would do something. But I just wanted to also tell you guys about this funny thing that just happened on Facebook. So sometime this morning or late yesterday evening, WJZ, one of our local news affiliates around here, shared a story about how police are cracking down on speeding and stuff like that on area highways. And I couldn't resist. I saw this one dude comment and I couldn't resist. The guy was just like, speeding is not a crime. And it was just, the way he wrote his comment, it was so good. It was just like the guy was completely oblivious to everything. And so I was just like, I'm going to have fun with this one. So I replied saying how in the state of Maryland, and this goes for any motor vehicle on Maryland, unless if it specifically is defined as a felony, is a misdemeanor. For most moving violations like speeding, running a red light, and stuff like that, the max fine you can get is $500, unless it otherwise specifies within the statute itself. And so I was just having a little fun and replied to him saying, speeding is a crime. And he gave me the most stereotypical sovereign citizen response. And I was cracking up. He did everything. He was like, speeding is not a crime. There's no victim. And then he went on with you're driving, so you don't really need it, or because unless if you're engaged in commerce, you don't really need a driver's license. It's like, yeah, you do. In fact, whenever you get into a motor vehicle, you're essentially engaging in commerce. He's like, in my case, I'm going to work. I'm going to go make money. So I'm engaging in commerce. I'm going to go do whatever, you know. If you're going to the store, you're engaging in commerce. If you're going to the gas station, you're engaging in commerce. It's so funny. And it's just, I just love how, like, upside down some of their logic is. It's just like, well, I don't agree with this, so that means it's not law. It's like, no, that's not how it works. And it was just funny because then you started to bring up, like, the Supreme Court and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dude, you do realize the Supreme Court just recently upheld this. So now, at least it used to be in the state of Maryland. Other states were probably different. But in the state of Maryland, you know, if a police officer pulled up behind you and did a random tag check, which the Supreme Court has already upheld on that, that's perfectly legal to do. But let's say they ran a tag check, like on your car, and, oh, look, the registered owner is suspended. That is probable cause to make a traffic stop. And that's what the Supreme Court upheld, saying that police can now pull people over for that. Because at that point they're investigating to see whether or not the driver of the vehicle really is suspended or not. And if it is the owner, well, guess what? They're getting another ticket, or in some states you can get locked up. In Maryland, you used to get locked up for driving while suspended. But now it's just a ticketable offense. You still have to go to court, but it's now ticketable instead. unless if it's part of a punishment. So, like if a judge ordered your license suspended or revoked, or it was like for child support or something like that, then you can still get locked up for it. But if it was just I didn't pay a ticket and they suspended my license, I would just get another ticket and then have to go to court. But you can still, but just because at that moment you can't get sentenced or locked up, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but you might, so the judge might incarceration or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, it was just one of those. I just love arguing with those people. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly A-okay with people wanting to question what's legal, what's not legal, and like all that other good stuff, because that's how the law adapts and changes over time, and how it reflects what the people want. But when people are just completely and utterly just wrong, like that guy was, I just can't help but laugh. It's super funny to me. Definitely seeing that there's a lot more engagement than I usually get. So I'm probably going to try and do maybe one nighttime drive a week and keep doing the one daytime, because nighttime drives aren't going to be as long as the daytime ones. Nighttime I usually take the highway straight in. This guy probably sees Crown Victoria headlights behind him and it's just like, oh, better slow. I don't know if you can see him on there. It doesn't look like you can, but I also have the brightness turned way down on my phone so it doesn't distract. I don't know how many of you guys have been around, or how long most of you guys have been around, but that intersection right there is where I had probably the closest call I've ever had at. Someone pulled out right in front of me. Still have no idea how I didn't hit them to this day. Because every once in a while, turn your high beams off. To this day, I still don't know how I did. And apparently my window washer fluid's out. Yes, I know where I'm stopping on the way home tomorrow morning. Actually, no, they don't open. I'll go in the evening or Monday morning. I'll probably just go Monday morning. Because they open up early on Monday. I think they only open at like 9 or something. Hey, I think that's out east that I see. Glad you could finally catch up on one of these. Another reason why I wanted in SoCal, I think I see SoCal's logo. I can't see everyone's. But maybe if I could get good position up here at the next traffic light, I'll let the V8s make the sound of her people. But with the amount of cars that are in front of me, I don't know if that will happen or not. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and start doing more nighttime live drives. That way, more people can get in and engage more. It's like I like doing the morning ones too, but most of the time, maybe 1 or 2 people might pop in. But it's because I work midnights. When I do my morning drive home, it's not really many people awake at 7 o'clock in the morning. Especially right now, when most people don't have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I got a feeling I won't be able to play with the Vic a little bit. Now, if that one van hadn't gotten over, I probably wouldn't be able to. Oh no, I just realized that screen is frozen. Uh-oh. Alright, question. Do you guys see a white van, traffic light and stuff in front of you? Or is the screen frozen? Oh. Well, I don't know how to fix that. So I'm currently merging onto the highway. And that's definitely not the highway. Huh. That is really, really bizarre. I don't know how to fix that without having to, like, stop the stream or restart it. That is really bizarre. Or what happened there? Well, I guess I'll keep talking to myself if I can. That's because I don't want to flip the camera around, flip it back. That's really weird. But, well, if you want to use your imagination, I'm currently on a 2-lane highway. Well, expressway. Technically, I guess it's a 4-lane highway, but if you want to use your as SpongeBob would say, imagination. But right now, the only way I can figure I could fix it would be to either end the stream and restart it, or something. I don't know. I guess another funny thing, though, that I can't talk about. So my local pharmacy, they've been making homemade hand sanitizer for people. And it's been hysterical. They've been putting it into, like, the same little bottle, like they would, like, cough syrup or something like that. And they print out, like, one of the normal, like, prescription labels or whatever that just says hand sanitizer and what the ingredients are, and it doesn't look like it should be hand sanitizer, even though it is. And the looks you get from people when you pull this little medicine bottle out that's hand sanitizer and start using it is priceless. It's also funny because they also added cinnamon scent to it. So when you open it up, it legitimately smells like Fireball. I don't drink, but the few times I have, and I've had Fireball, it smells exactly like it, and I just crack up. Still weird how that thing locked up. I really don't know what happened there. but it's giving me more practice, I guess, to talk to myself while I'm driving, so. And that guy just cut me off. But you guys could have seen that. White Infinity just crossed the solid white line, pushed me into the left lane, so that was cool. Wasn't really hoppable, but definitely annoying. Essentially, I'm on the stretch of 795 where at just past Owensville's Boulevard, and when people merge on, I don't know if it's just because of force of habit or what, but the right lane, the highway gets additional right lanes, and now it's 3 lanes in each direction. And when people like first merge on, their like instinct is to change lanes right in front of you, even though they don't need to, and they don't need to for several, like, what's that? 4 more miles, something like that. No, that seems too far. I don't know how many miles this is. I forget what exit number that is, but yeah, it's, they just swing onto the highway and their instinct is immediately change lanes when they don't need to, and they just always love to cut you off there. Although it's not as bad when it's 10:37 at night versus 7:30 in the morning during normal rush hour, and this is gridlock, so. That's the one nice thing I've gotten used to with working midnights, is that I have not had to deal with traffic. Even before all this stuff with the virus hit, it's like the only time you ever get stuck in any type of traffic jam or anything like that is when there's a crash. And even then, it's usually nothing like it is during the daytime. Which I just love. Because you can just get on the highway and just cruise. Versus stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. And then wanting to rip your hair out. Currently merging on the 695 now, which is the Baltimore Beltway up in these parts. And fun little trivia thing for any of the Marylanders that watch this. So, 695, or the Beltway, is actually not made up purely of Interstate 695. Because between the northeastern interchange with I-95 and then you go south down around to Key Bridge and then to Interstate 97, that's actually technically Maryland State Highway 695 and not Interstate 95. But MDOT, I guess, just to avoid confusion and all that other good stuff, they just signed the entire Beltway as Interstate instead of Interstate, Maryland, Interstate. I tell you, another thing that I love about the Crown Vic since I bought it is that it just doesn't try. I don't know, it's the Aztec. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love the Aztec to death. But over the years, it's definitely become apparent that GM did not put probably the biggest engine they should have in that thing, or the most powerful engine in there as they should have. And so sometimes it feels like just cruising down the interstate, it's like working harder than it really should be. And then the Vic, you just get in it. I mean, cruising right now, it's 70 miles an hour, and it's just barely over 2,000 RPM. If I just give it a little bit more gas, it would speed right up without even like hesitating. I think it's just funny how that is. It's also just funny how you get used to driving like one particular car for so long that when you get another one, you're just like, so this is how it is driving a car that actually moves and drives and isn't always breaking down. I'm probably going to have to do a brake job on this soon, though. Either that or my passenger front wheel hub is starting to go bad. Because, I've noticed that sometimes when I go around a corner, it will squeak. And it's kind of hard to tell if it's a brake squeak or if it's a wheel hub squeak. But it's definitely squeaking. Although it didn't do it there, and it usually does it there. It makes me feel like it's more of a brake issue than not. Just out of curiosity, are people still there, or is it like frozen now? I think it might be frozen. At least on my end, it's like frozen. I don't see anything now. Well then. Once I get through this interchange and get to a flat piece of road, I'll probably just end the stream. So if it is still playing on your guys' end, and you just don't, then I just can't see what your stuff is. I do apologize. I don't know what happened with this. So once I get to the straightaway up here, I'll probably end the stream. Right now, I just merged onto my hated stated highway, the JFX. The reason why I take it is because I don't feel like driving through the city at 10 o'clock at night. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream here since it looks like at least on my end is completely locked up. So yeah. Have a great day and stay safe out there.